Hello? Hello? My fellow countrymen, what I've been told is that we have fed you and you are fed up. The tea break that Gocop provided is what some people, is all that some people provide. What we have given you alone today, if you get home and say that the tea break alone is enough for the day. Who said it's not? If you had paid money to come in here, that food, that tea break is enough. Anything that we give you after this one is jara. But don't worry, we still have lunch and we have a party later today. So we are not leaving here until tomorrow. You know, we're also using the other hall for the event tomorrow. So when we finish here today, we will just go to the other hall. So don't so no, don't go back to the hotel room. And for those of you who don't know, there's a club here called Cubana. The famous Cubana club is down this way. So we have a lot for you. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for coming back on time. So let us have our seat, please. We're about to start our business session. Like Madam President said, we'd like to thank the crew from the Eagle Online. You guys are doing a fantastic job. President Emeritus Dr. Oladipo, thank you very much. EC, thank you very much. Okay, so we are good to go. Who has not eaten? Who? I forgot to tell you people. I hope all of you ate what you know. Because we are going to be here till late. Okay, thank you very much. Let us have our seat. The only people that should be standing are the TV crew. If you are not part of the TV crew, you should be seated. Mr. Dipo Kende, we are no longer talking, please. Don't worry, Sakibu has his tinted glass permit. Who is still standing? Okay, thank you very much. Okay. You are welcome back. Okay, so we move straight to our presentations for today. We have two presentations tailored, designed to help us handle our business better, how to make our business not only more effective, but also more profitable. So the first presentation, please, do we all have our program? Do you all have a copy of our program? So please go to page 5. The program event flow for today is on page 5, day 1, program of events. According to the program that I have here, the next item on the agenda is presentation on optimizing online publishing platforms by Mr. James Bamishaye, publisher, Daily Post. I understand that Mr. Bamishaye will be delivering, making his presentation online, virtually. Is Mr. Bamishaye ready? Okay. 1 minute. Okay. So while we wait for Mr. Bamishaye, let us do all the necessary protocols. Be sure that your phone is silent. Also ensure that you are not disturbing the person sitting next to you. Please let's have our seat. This is very critical for us. Presentation on optimizing online publishing platforms to be presented by Mr. James Bamishaye, publisher of Daily Post. Daily Post is one of the strongest platforms on the Gocop list. So in fact, some people, when people ask you, that's your Gocop self, which people are, who are the members of Gocop? You just quickly say Daily Post, Premium Times. Before some people don't even mention their own because they know that they are not doing so strongly. So if you want to do as strongly as Daily Post and Premium Times, you should listen. So that next time when they are saying who are the people in Gocop, you mention your name. Some people don't even mention their own platform. I'd like to welcome my younger brother, Azru Amatos. Azru is the publisher of Daylight. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bamishaye is ready for us. Azru Amatos, you can sit now. You have done enough greeting.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, James. Thank you.
Please let's have our seat, please. This presentation with question and answer, everything is for 20 minutes. So, we'll
Yes, we can see your screen. Hello, James.
I think we can start.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So yes. So the topic of today is optimizing online publishing platform. My name is James Bamishaye, CEO of Daily Post. So I mean, our job in publishing is we can split it into three key major areas. So there is the content, which is the reporters, the writers, editors, and if you have back-end staff. Reporters send the content, writers, editors will edit, and the person that is going to publish it. Then there is traffic, i.e. after you publish the traffic is going to come from somewhere. So where is it coming from? It's coming from Google, direct to your website, Facebook, Twitter. Then there is the sales. Okay, now you publish, people are reading it. How are you actually going to make money? So those three key areas, we actually need a platform, right? So we need a good platform to implement these three key areas, and we also need the right people, because you need expertise in those, in content, good reporters, good writers, good editors, traffic, someone maybe a technical person that knows actually know what they are doing in how to bring traffic to your website. Then the sales, good sales staff as well. So for you to optimize your plan, for you to get all these things done very well, we actually need to optimize the platform for content, for traffic, and for sales. Okay, so if we are doing that, today was going to be our approach. So we go through these steps, and if obviously we have our platform, so if there is something that you are not doing correctly, you can have a look and implement some of these things that is going to be mentioned during the course of the presentation. So let's do like we are starting afresh. Okay. So you want to start a publishing company, website, news websites. What's the major thing that you're going to need? You are going to need you need to host like a domain hosting, which is very, very fast. You need something that is fast, responsive, reliable, because if your host is down most time, people will not come to your website. In fact, even Google will not come to your website to crawl the website. So options, I would say start with VPS if you don't have so much traffic. Then you move to dedicated server when you start having traffic. Then you move to manage dedicated server. So manage the dedicated server, the advantage is that if you have you don't have a very good tech person, you can just send them email, they'll sort any issue you have, even if it is in CMS. So, but if you have a very good tech person that handles that's very, very knowledgeable, you can just stick with your dedicated server. All right. So after the hosting, then you need a CMS. So what is a CMS? It's a software that we use to, create, edit, and publish our posts. So a WordPress is a CMS, and that I think is the common, the most popular one, and it's widely supported. So there's Joomla, there's Drupal, and other ones, but WordPress is what I believe 90% or maybe even 100% of us use. So I think we'll be talking from WordPress viewpoints. So what are the considerations that why choosing your CMS? What key points do you actually want to note? You want it to be easy to use, then highly customizable. So because you want to customize based on like how do you want your website to look? So maybe you want this thing to be green and white, red and white, or black and color, logo, actually how the site will look. So all these things, before you start, you need to be looking at those things, So WordPress makes things like this very easy to implement. So it's got a large plugin ecosystem. It's also good for speed as well. and for search engine optimization. So it ensures scalability, security, and flexibility for growth. So if you start, you can actually use the same system like your WordPress and everything to scale, which makes it good. So you don't really have to leave WordPress. I mean, even if you are changing your team, it makes it easy for you. If you are changing your team or your plugins, it makes it easy for you as you grow. So key attributes: speed, mobile optimization, and customization. If you so for the team. So the team is actually what we use in WordPress. I'm sure most of us here know about WordPress team. So team is what you are going to actually use. You know, when you install this thing, team is the first thing you will install. Then you can now customize your team to look like whatever the end product you are thinking about. So so you can find free or premium themes. So look in Google, then go to teamforest.net for different options. So your team optimization, make sure while you are looking at your team that your team is fast and is mobile optimized. So because what they will show you majorly is the desktop team, and that's, to be honest, I don't think that's what you really need. What you need is your mobile team, because when you look at Nigerian traffic is 80% mobile. So what you are doing is actually for mobile rather than for desktop. Desktop is good for people that are visiting on desktop, but mobile is actually where your traffic will be coming from. So make sure it's fast and optimized for mobile. It must be SEO friendly and easy to customize, because you don't want to get a team and now spend too much to customize. Because when you customize too much, it will start throwing up errors here and there. So make sure you find something that is closer to what you actually want to do. Keep this simple and focus on readability. I mean, that's the most important thing. You want people to be able to come, open your listing and read easily. So remember, speed plus usability equals to better user retention. Okay, so after you get your team, there are a few other things that you need as a publisher. You need Cloudflare. I mean, maybe there are some other things, but Cloudflare is very, very important. It's good for security. So the Cloudflare has got free and paid plan. So the free plan, I think, does most of these things. But if you want more, then you have to pay for it, and it's not that much as well per month. I think it's there about maybe $20 or $30. So it's good for security, protection against attack, DDoS attack, and web application firewall. So you will notice that attack is increasing, especially in the age of AI. There are so many AI bots, and these things will be heavy on your website because they keep on crawling and crawling. When it was just Google and maybe the search engines, it was easier. But now you have so many AI companies that will be crawling your website every day. So you have the ability to say, okay, this one, I don't want this one to come to our website. You can have a look at the report, look at what is heavy on your website, and actually block those things. So for speed, it's actually good for speed. You need to set it up properly, content catching and optimization. So it's got many options, right, for catching. You can catch everything, and there are different options, for you to catch your website, so that if, say for example, you publish a post last year and it's not a popular post on your website, you can just catch it, right? And when readers are coming to that post, they can just read the cash version. They don't really have to, this dot. I mean, they don't have to come to your post, to actually add to the traffic. I don't know if it's clear enough, but we can discuss it maybe during the question and answer session. So after Cloudflare integration, there are some plugins that you will need as well. So you need to use SEO. That's for your search engine optimization, obviously, because Google is still a major source for traffic. So you really need to optimize for Google. So search engine optimization is very, very important. So you need to do a new sitemap, right? Your website must have a sitemap. So it must have a sitemap for SEO. It must have a sitemap for news. So if you don't have news sitemap, make sure that you generate that. It's very, very, very important, because that's what Google will be crawling for news. So you need both, So you can use SEO. Then I think there is another plugin you can use for your news, or you can use used and news, but I think you have to pay if you want to use both options. They used as well. Then you need caching plugin. So things like WP Rocket or W3 Total Cache or Flying Press, those are plugins. They cache your website so that the traffic will not come directly to your server. Yeah. Then backup plugin. So if your host is not doing backup for you, you need a backup plugin. But if you get your host to do backup for you, you may not need this, because it may actually be very heavy on your server. So because anything that is heavy on your server, is better to just don't do it if you have good traffic, because you want your server to be able to just optimize for your traffic and not for any other thing. Then you need analytics tools like Google Analytics. Very, very important. You need to know what's going on your website. Then you need Search Console. So this Search Console is also very, very important. So this is where you know what's actually happening on your website. Do you have a sitemap? Do you have errors in your sitemap? Etc. etc. All right. So Google Analytics. In analytics, you see your audience demography, who is reading your content, the age, location. So if your bounce rate is so high, you don't want your bounce rate to be high. What it means is that there's someone comes to your website, read the post, they are not able to read something else. So your bounce rate may be, because if it's so high, maybe because your site is slow, very slow, it's not fast. It could be because you have too many advertisements. It could be because you don't have internal links. It could be because you don't have related posts, so that when they read, they can't go back to anything else. Because most readers will not read and click on your home page. So what they are doing on that page matters as well. So as they are seeing adverts, you also want them to see what they can move to as well. So you have to balance it. Very, very important. Then traffic channels, where are the users coming from, / social, direct. So you can see this, you can see, okay, so for my traffic, direct is how many percent, search is how many percent, social, Facebook, Twitter, how many percent, so that you are able to optimize for these things. Then you can track your newsletter and also use Insight to identify your high value readers. So this is if you if you connect your AdSense or Google Ad Manager to Google Analytics, you'll be able to see, okay, which content is actually giving me more money. So can I do more of those contents or not? So that's what that's about. So Google Search Console. So if you don't have this, you need to have it. It's very, very important. So what you get is in Search Console, it will show you the queries that is directing traffic to you. It shows you the entire queries in Nigeria, all the queries, what are people searching for in Nigeria, or your home country, like where wherever you point your website to. So it shows you the impression, the clicks, etc., right? So you now know, okay, if this keyword is actually, if my website is doing very well in this keyword, can I optimize for that keyword? There is so many impressions for this keyword. Let me optimize for it and see if I can get some of those traffic as well. Then, is your website indexed? So what index means is that your website is actually in Google. So you see it in that console. How many percent of your pages are indexed? Things like that. Then your core web vitals. So this is via the page speed to see if your web pages, if it's slow or fast, or if there are issues here and there, you see that metrics there. Then identify at least mobile display. So if any issue with your website, most issues it will show here. Even if you have error or you have spam, things like that on your listing, it will pop up here. Then you need to have a look at it. So in sitemap, you have your normal sitemap, like I said earlier. Then your news sitemap as well. To show there. So it's very, very important. So if you don't have it, please try to create accounts. So it links, I think it will link with your analytics. So just connect Google Analytics to Google Search Console. So you need that. Okay. So optimizing for content. So now we are in optimization fully. So okay, we want to optimize because because Google will monitor things like this. So it will give you, and when Google notices that, okay, this person, this website is an authority in this, so for example, sport or in metro or things like that, then your stories will start popping up a bit more in Google. All right. So optimizing for content, simplify your editorial workflow, encourage collaboration and content consistency, ensure high quality and engaging storytelling, increase the number of contextually relevant internal links to keep the reader engaged. So this is part of like what we said the other time. Make sure there it's internal links in your listing. So if you do a post, so it's sports about Arsenal, somebody scored a goal. So if the same person scored a goal last week, or somebody made a comment about the post, you can put the link inside the story so that readers can also read a bit more about that thing. So link only for descriptive anchor text. So when you are linking, like when you are linking to the post, make sure your anchor text, i.e. what you are linking to, is actually descriptive. So reader can read it, Say for example, so person, say Ronaldo also scored last week, can now link to that. Then regularly review and update internal links to ensure that they are current. So even if the post is old, you also need to make sure that the internal links, so because if the related links is old, or it's one breaking news from last year, it's not really is not really an update. So somebody that is reading a post, you still need to make sure that the links are current, so that you can keep the readers engaged. It's very, very important. So I have another document on content here. I don't know if I can send it over if it's something that you may interest you. So this is from MSN, and I think it's very, very good. So on headlines, it said, avoid using dramatic or inflated adjectives to overstate a story importance. So, e.g., this amazing diet we have, you shedding pants in no time. He said that's not acceptable. Acceptable title is like Angela Sheo, shipping CEO and sister of so died in a car accident. No unnecessary dramatic adjectives. Do not use headlines that guarantee emotional transformative payoff, such as a shocking twist, life-changing advice, e.g. must half of that will bring good luck to your home. Avoid false sense of urgency and time pressure. So e.g. you are running out of time to learn this trick. Do not overuse it. So there are many things here, like 11 tips to sleep better. It really works. It's good for, say maybe social media, but it's not good for Google. So when you are optimizing for social media, what content you are putting out you're publishing out, you can now do something else for social media, so it's different. Otherwise, your content will not, it won't be ranked in Google. So this is for your thumbnails, and this is for the content itself, So I can send this over, so we don't waste too much time on it. All right. So optimizing for traffic. So the most important thing is your website needs to be fast. It needs to be very, very fast, because in Nigeria, the internet is not really that perfect. So you need your website itself to be a bit light. Don't make it too heavy, so that it can load on time. So optimize page speed and improve IMP scores for better performance. So how do you know if your website is fast or not? So that's a page speed. I'm sure you know page speed. So page speed inside. So you put your link there, then it will show you issues with your website. So say for example this one as an example. Look at all these things, right? Then click on it, put it in Google to show you how to solve those problems. Eliminate render blocking, properly size your image, minimize CSS, self images in Next. So all these issues there and there. Just copy. How can I reduce or use CSS? Then things like that to solve this any issues that you notice on your website. But the thing is, to be honest with you, it's a bit of balance, because what you notice is that, say for example, reduce JavaScript execution time. When you look at this now, it's majorly from Google, so it's from your Google ad, and you don't want to remove your Google ad. So the one you can remove, you remove. Then the one you think, there's nothing you can do again, you just have to leave it. But there are many things that you also can do to make it a bit better. So I ensure high resolution. That's from page speed. So ensure high resolution images. So that did. So Google, especially for Google News, It's saying we have to use 1,200 pixel images for better discovery visibility. That's so for if you want your content to be in Google Discover, try as much as possible to use good resolution around about 1,002. It's not mostly 1,002. Even if you still use 800 ps, I think it works. But use good resolution images. So you also need to monitor Google algorithm. So here and there, Google will do some algorithm changes. So read what the algorithm changes is about and how to adapt to those updates. Then do keyword research, on-page technical SEO, and link building. So link building, if say for example you're starting your new website, you can do press releases, then put a link to the name of your website, right? So that links come back to your website, and so that Google will know that, okay, this actually the name, this links coming to this web page or this home page means this home page is for this thing. So that's just what link building is about. It's about when there are many links coming to your page for a particular keyword, you know, the anchor text that they used to link to this thing. So Google will say, okay, if the anchor text is for news, is for newspaper, is for daily post, is for the Eagle and things like that. I'll say, okay. I think this web page, this is the Eagle Nigeria, this is Daily Post Nigeria, and things like that, right? So that's what it means. Then, so new sitemap, we mentioned this before. Then Google search console monitoring. Like I said before, it's also very, very important. So for direct traffic, I think you just need to build your brand loyalty and let readers know what you are for. You can't be for everything, really. So if you are for investigative news, right, that's fine. If you are for just short news, that's fine. If you are for sports, that's fine. If you are for metro, that's fine. I mean, just whatever you are good at, just be very good at it and do it very well. I mean, that's, I think that's the major thing, because the readers, they have option now. When you consider Instagram and TikTok and every other thing. So it's not really easy, you know, for readers, your posts. All right, so for sales, you need to, obviously we need to convert honest engagement into revenue. So what do we use? We use banner, right? So banner, subscriptions, affiliate marketing, branded content. Example is sponsored post. Then you can sell stuff on your website as well, right? So if you are not having so much traffic, you can use Google AdSense, then do your direct placement via some of those plugins that you can just put banner and the link. But if you have good traffic, if it's good traffic, I think you should consider Google Ad Manager. So what that does is that you are able to sell third party like programmatic and your direct via the same software. So you just have a slot. Say for example, in Daily Post, you just have these slots. You have these slots. You have this slot. You have this slot. So these are permanent slots on your website. Then you can If you have guarantee, for example, you have guaranteed trust bank, you can serve it, number of impressions. You know, when that ends, then Google can come, right? So that's what that means, because at the end of the day, you also don't want too many banners on your website as well. So another thing that I think you need to consider is ad placement. You need to optimize without hurting your user experience. I know we all want money, but people are coming to your website to read news, not to read adverts or to view advertisement. So if it's too much, then it's going to hurt user experience. So we need to, if it's too much, I will advise that you reduce. I mean, in the place of publisher, just put yourself as a reader and go to your website and read and say, okay, is this, can I even actually read the content very well, or this advert is disturbing and that. I can assure you that readers don't really like advert like that. So, but we have to balance it. So not too much advertisement. Readers will see content. Readers will be able to also click on other things so that they can read other content as well. So there's actually a lot, you know, when you're optimizing. It's another job on its own, but bringing it all together, I think for you to run a successful online publishing business, you need a platform, say, for hosting your CMS and optimization tools. Then you need people. So if your expertise is in content, get somebody that is good in traffic and sales. If you are good in traffic, get somebody in content and sales. If you are good in sales, get someone in traffic and content, right? So you're probably not going to be good in everything, but you need the good hands, you know, in this area. Then continuous improvement via your analytics, and also via readers' feedback. You know, get your people to comment, maybe friends and readers to comment on placement of posts or the speed, things like that. So, like I said, it's not a one-time setup. It's an ongoing process. So you keep optimizing, keep changing things. Look at reaction, change. Look at is this working? Is this not working? So it's an ongoing process. So build a fast, reliable, and secure platform. Optimize for content creation, traffic growth, and sales. Combine technology and skill people for lasting success. So thank you very much. If you have questions, and then we can have a look at it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, James.
Thank you very much, Mr. James Bamishayi, for that extensive presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let us give a round of applause to the CEO of the Daily Post. Unfortunately, we've run way behind our schedule, but we still take one or at most two questions. Very short questions. Do not preface your questions with any explanation.
You should send the presentation.
Mr. Bamishaye, while we are at it, please.
Stop presenting.
Okay, please send your slide to us. So who wants to ask questions? Okay, from this table, Dan Lamy. Okay.
Thank you very much for this. My question is, what is the best approach towards blocking bots?
Go to what? Okay, bots. Okay.
What's the best approach to blocking bots? James, did you get that?
Hello, James.
Did you get the question?
He's freezed. Hello, James. James, please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself.
He's not with us.
Hello, James, can you hear us? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can we have the question again?
Someone asked, what's the best approach to stopping boats? Boats.
I would say use Cloudflare. So if you have Cloudflare, you can you be able to see the bots coming to your server or website. Then you can decide if you want to allow or block.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, James. That's the only question we have.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please don't forget to send the presentation in. Okay, so we move to the next presentation. Okay, thank you very much. We move to the next presentation, and the title of this one is Circulation: The Secret Behind Making Money in Online Publishing. It will be presented by Isaac Umuna, publisher, News Express. The time allocated to this is 20 minutes. I know that Isaac is saying that because Joe spoke for longer than 20 minutes, he's going to speak for longer than 20 minutes. Unlike you, unlike James, you are here. I can't drag James from the internet, but I can drag you from the microphone.
So I can go and do it online.
Elder Umuna, you have 20 minutes. You have 20 minutes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, my dear colleagues. Thanks for the privilege to be with you and Rob Mans this afternoon. At News Express, we make money every single day of the week. Monday to Sunday, we make money. Well, we pray for that. That is because of our strong circulation strength. Now, when I had to speak on how we can improve our business, I try to focus on circulation because it is the secret behind making money in online publishing. Someone may ask, just how key is it? Let me answer with a short story about a man who one day saw a lady. You know, we are gears. We all live for gears, as you know. All men. So one day he saw this lady that caught his fancy and wanted to toast her. As soon as how did it? Because Oboy said on the platform that we were going to the other room. So back what I was saying now. So what would this man do? It was night and dark. So the man chose to wink at the lady. So he sent a message repeatedly. Of course, yes, in the dark. Yes. Of course, it was a case of wasted effort. So that is why in marketing communications, they talk about winking in the dark. That is, you have a good product or service, but you don't create awareness for it. That is why you see that the papers have Department for Circulation. Imagine If I start printing, they don't put it in the office there. Who will see it? Very few. That is what happens when you publish all those fine stories and articles on your papers, online papers, and you leave them there. No awareness, no circulation. To stop such, papers hire vendors who take their papers around town to create awareness. So that shows us how important circulation is in publishing. It is one that is very, very important in publishing. But then, somebody may ask, how does circulation bring money? That's the key question. How does it bring money? Well, how do you make money online publishing? I can think of 5 main ways. Number 1, direct advertising. Number 2, click adverts. Number 3, sponsored posts or articles. Number 4, projects and consultancy. Number 5, engagements and goodwill. Now, let's take details. Who are those who get the main adverts from big advertisers? Jim talked about Google Analytics. Okay, the amount of who get the main adverts. So you notice that these big companies and advertisers, they first ask you for your analytics. And what is that? Your traffic and the pattern. So, if you don't have meaningful traffic, you can only get complimentary advert. That doesn't do much for you. See? But if you have traffic, of course, to get it, you don't need to circulate or spread your message, get awareness. You get big adverts, like Premium Times. In the case of click adverts, very, very interesting and beautiful. In this case, you have the adverts already. You don't go to look for it. They have given you. But then, you publish it without any charge, free of charge. So how do you make money? When people go to your site, whoever clicks, you cannot click. You cannot click. If you click, they will disqualify you. They will surcharge you. But whoever goes to your site and then clicks on any of those adverts, something drops into your account. See how many dollars have come in. And it's every single day because the adverts are there already. Now, for people to go and click in large numbers to give you money, you need to have traffic. And to drive traffic, you need to do circulation awareness. We also mentioned the sponsor post article. That's pretty because in this case, people now contact you, mainly foreigners, foreign firms, and say, please, can you publish this our article? Sometimes they embed links in those articles. You now charge them, have your rate. And when you publish, they pay you in hard currency also. But then, who are those who get these sponsored post articles? Those that have traffic. And how do you get traffic? It is by means of awareness, circulation, that means traffic. Then we also talked about projects and consultancy. I mean, if you have a big name driven by traffic, and you do events like Marty did and like the Billion Man does now 2 times a year. You just did one last week. You see that you are going to get much corporate support because your name rings a bell. That's driven by traffic, helped by circulation. Finally, we talked about engagements and goodwill. When we started Gocop about 10 years ago, people would just come and tell Gocop, please, we want to see your members. All of us will now go to that meeting. After it, they do the usual handshake. It doesn't happen again. That era is gone for good because of harsh economy and the fact that we are just over 100, we are so many. Nobody can afford to call all of us and then give us handshake. What they do now? People now get consultants and say, can you get me 10 stolen papers or 15 or 20 to work with or to meet? Now, what does that mean that they are going to be invited by the consultant? Your traffic that makes you notice. So you can see that through all these 5 main ways that bring money, all are tied to traffic and to circulation. Now we will now ask, now, how do I circulate and where do I circulate? Simply put, we circulate through multiple social media channels. If you look at all papers, I think all websites, you see the buttons or the share buttons. You see X, that's for Twitter. You see LinkedIn. You see Facebook. You see Telegram. You see Instagram. Some like go online, they have too many. Some have Pinterest and go a bit. You see those buttons there. They are meant for you to circulate your content. If you click on any of them, you can actually want to share that particular content. You also have the bulletins. This is mainly for WhatsApp and also for bulk email, via email. So in this case now, you organize your content maybe in the morning like we do 4 times every day in News Express and 3 times on Sundays. Yeah, 4 times. They're about to share the afternoon edition now. We have morning, afternoon, mid, and then night. As a rule, compulsory. They must come out 4 times a day. Each have maybe about 20 or so stories. Then Sunday, 3 times that we do it. So when you compare those content as bulletins, you now share them via WhatsApp, for example, or as bulletins, bulk email. Now, how do you now expand or broaden your contact base?